What is going on, guys? It is Chimera with another Dokkan battle video. Today we've got a different video going on right now. So basically, what's happening here is this is going to be a tier list based on my personal hype of the units of all 2023. I've seen a lot of people do a lot of content involving the units of 2023, but I haven't seen anybody talk about how excited or hyped they were about different units. So that being said, I do want to read this disclaimer off. This is my opinion. This list will be based on personal hype, personal playstyle, and character choice. No outside opinions will be factored in for this list. Now, what does that mean? It's basically meaning that these units are the hype of these units are going to be based on whether or not I've used them and if I like them and if I like the character choice. The senses, I guess you can say, the mindset of the community is not exactly a factor in this at all. This is about me. This is my video, my opinions. I'm just showing how I felt about these units. And I am going to go from the 8-year anniversary all the way up until the 9 year. I am placing Beast Gohan and Gamma 1 as placeholders for the 9th year anniversary. I'm not including easy A's. We're not including easy A's or anything like that. We are just including brand new units and some awakenings. I am doing some awakenings for these. Some of the Super Strike units that came out, stuff like that. So with that being said, let's dive in with this unit here. So I'm placing them in S. This is why. When I first saw this unit, I was like, I guess that's a good choice. That's okay. It's not what I wanted, but yeah, I mean, it's all right. Then I started using them, right? I started using them in the private servers and all of that. And I grew to like them, and they paired with a lot of units that I really liked. So I went ahead and, I summoned for them, and they've become one of my favorite units of all time. Now, this unit right here, the GT duo, I was not hyped for them at all, which is weird for me because I love Super Saiyan 4s and I love GT. It's just that this unit was not on Super Saiyan 4s because the base Goku is base Goku, and it just didn't impress me. And then the Super Saiyan Vegeta I've always wanted from GT was locked behind a standby revival. And that really upset me. So I do have to put these in A. Their utility is great. Their kit is great. I love using them, but I wish that this Goku was a Super Saiyan 4 instead of base form. That's all I'm saying. So the first banner unit, the Gotenks and Piccolo, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have them, haven't done anything with them, haven't used them, haven't really even touched them. I didn't care for them. It was not a unit that I care for. And I'm gonna be real with you. Same thing with the Shadow Dragons. Shadow Dragons were really just nothing for me. I really just I have them. I have both of these units. I've used them, and I have them I think both of them are 79%. I don't use them. I don't do anything with them. I had no excitement, no hype. And I think people generally don't like these units anyway. So, I mean, it's okay. This unit here obviously is going here. I have used them. They are, Bobity's okay. But you locked a very much important and amazing Majin Vegeta animation behind a standby for this unit. You ruined that. That was an awful idea Awful decision. Terrible decision. Absolutely awful. I have the Hercule. I have not used him. Yes, I have. I take that back. I used him for a 200% awful video. He's terrible. And plus it's Hercule, so like, who cares, you know? Anyway, so let's get back to some real units because these four are duds. Goku, AGL Carnival Goku. So when I first saw this unit and I was like, okay, this is just the intro, my immediate response was, I'm not summoning for this shit. And then I realized we didn't have any good base Gokus in the game. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me test this out in the private server. And then I saw what he can do. He does what I wish Vegeta and Trunks did. And that is, after a few hits, he's a defensive god. After a few hits, then he finally gets a buff on damage. And when that buff on damage kicks in, I'm talking about from 5 mil. Mine was at like 79%. I think mine has like, it's like at like 80% now. Not 80%. Whatever the next one up is. I can't remember, but regardless, not 90%. It's 90, right? Yeah, it's 90. My Goku was going from 5 mil to up to 12, and it was and tanking normals from hard hitting bosses. So for hype, I do have to bring him down to A, but for kit, I do have to also put him above the GT Duo because he was very useful. Now, the Gohan, no hype, zero hype, absolutely no hype. In fact, I'm going to put him in C because I do have him now. I only use him as a 6th unit to be on my grade 8 power as like just a defensive placeholder. He's just kind of there because I need a placeholder that's defensive. That's it. Nothing more. Once I get a better grade 8 power unit, he's off the team and probably will never be used again. I'm not even joking at all. I'll probably never use that again. Super 17. So I have to put him in C. Super 17 is one of my favorite villains from GT, one of my favorite villains in general, but their kit just isn't good enough. Like, you can't, it takes too long to get Super 17 out. And then once he gets taken out, he's too, like, he's not built up. He needs to be hit 9 times to build up. It's just too much. I just pulled them. I don't care. I didn't even awaken them. I just pulled them, like, I don't even remember what banner it was. I didn't summon for Super 17, so I didn't get them on this banner. So I assume it was whatever the last banner was I summoned on, but I don't remember what that banner was. I think it was the carnival banner. The carnival banner that they brought back. Yeah, I think it was that one. That was that most recent banner. Let's talk about God Goku. So God Goku was a skip for me. Easy skip. Why? Because it's God Goku. I'm not a fan of the God forms. Super Saiyan God on Goku or Vegeta or Trunks. Whoever. Super Saiyan God just isn't a form I'm a fan of. That being said, if it wasn't for AGL full power Vegito, I would consider this unit to be the best TUR of the year. Aside from like a few there's some arguments here and there that you'll see in a minute, but I'll explain. We'll start here with God Goku. God Goku's kit outshines everything. Not a huge fan of the character itself. I'm just not a fan of the God form. But the defense stacking and the consistent defense stacking and the consistent dodging with the 3 orbs. I don't get the whole hate behind him not getting 3 orbs and 6 orbs. You only need 6 to guard. You need 3 to dodge. You guys act like y'all can't just settle for the 3. Like, guarding, you'd still take damage. Dodging, you don't. Like, that's the only good thing that people like Truth like can say, is that if you dodge, you just typically do not take damage. But after using him, and especially with his leader skill, he did climb up to A for me just because of that and being able to run teams with him that I thoroughly enjoy. This Vegeta is S, immediate S, absolute S. It's my favorite Vegeta unit, one of my favorite Vegeta units so far. He's so fun to use, so amazing. I absolutely love that Vegeta. And I was hyped when I saw him. I was excited. I was like, yes, finally a good Super Saiyan Vegeta. I read his kit. I was like, okay, yeah, he's good. He's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. So yeah. Let's see. So these are the Super Strike Gotenks. I did the missions, but I never even put my resources to rainbow them, because that's not a mission that you have to do. You don't get anything out of it from rainbowing them. So I just completely just didn't do it. I haven't used them. I don't care. I am not a Gotenks fan. I will never be a Gotenks fan. And that's just the end of it. Like, it's just, I just do not like that character. It's so unfun. So we've got Kale here. Now, I know this is going to be a controversial thing, because a lot of you guys, for some reason, do not like Kale. Kale is like one of my favorite out there picks for me. Like, one of my absolute favorites. Picks that which is completely out of nowhere. Like, nobody saw it coming. Everybody was confused. Like, why Kale? Why Kale? Kale is my favorite Berserker. I'm not a Broly fan. I'm sorry. I don't really like him as a character. Z or Super Broly, I'm not a fan. Kale, though, Kale was cute. Kale was fun. We got more time with Kale to get to know her. It's just, she was able to control her Berserk form much faster. It's just rapid growth. She had rapid growth, and that was something that impressed me. And so I enjoyed this character more. So when I got a Dokkan Fest of that character, I was hands down happy about it. That's just me. This character isn't even awakened. I'm be real. I didn't even awaken the Frost. Free to play Bulma. So I'm gonna put the free to play Bulma high D. I've had to use her a few times here and there, but it's still Bulma, and I just can't bring myself to be excited or to even want to use a Bulma unit. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just not for me. Super Boo is... Ooh, do I put Super Boo in A or B? Super Boo is who helped me beat one of the Zamasus. I think Super Boo was the one that helped me beat Merge Zamasu with the Extreme Team, because he has guaranteed guard against fusion units. But aside from that, Super Boo is fun. Like, I don't care what any of you guys say. Super Boo is fun to use. He can get cooked sometimes, but so can every other unit in the game can get cooked sometimes. Like, even the new Broly, I've seen him take 200 to 300k, first hit, whatever. I mean, that's just how the game works now. The bosses are too strong and too powerful. That's just how things work. World Tournament Goku. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's going in C. Let me explain why. You guys overhyped this unit. He is when it was just these three juggernauts, 1, 2, and 3, you guys were acting like he was the undisputed number 1 in the game. First of all, somebody else or him has to be revived in order for him to be a god in the game. My issue is that you guys put dodge in this unit and try to make him a dodge or die character, but he needs to get hit to build up. That build up does make a difference regardless of how y'all feel about it. I understand that a lot of y'all don't think it does. It does. It absolutely does. Now, I don't know what the issue is when it comes to this character with you guys. It's like you guys think that him having a great leader skill puts him above God Goku. But if you look at him individually as a unit, God Goku is the better unit. He is not better than God Goku. Sure, you can add, everybody's excuse is, well, his team is good and it has Bulma. Okay, I don't want to use Bulma. So what do I have left? I have Saiyans and I have hybrid Saiyans, which is all under Goku's leader skill. The only other units that I don't have to my arsenal would be the Piccolos if I'm using God Goku. And I'm gonna be honest, if I'm running Piccolo, I'm running Piccolo on his team. I'm not running Piccolo on World Tournament Goku. I don't use World Tournament Goku all that much, actually. I wasn't excited for it because it was OG Dragon Ball, and I'm not huge on OG Dragon Ball. I don't find myself using this Goku because this Goku exists. And I use this Goku. I use this Goku a lot. That does bring me to Piccolo Jr. I'll put him here. He's a great unit, but I just wasn't really that hyped for him because it was OG Dragon Ball, and I wasn't really huge on all that. He was okay, but once I started using him, he's become like a staple on my main villain team. He's a cool unit. He's cool. He does a lot of damage. He does a lot of good damage. And he's very defensive, very impressively defensive. I'm just, it's not really my play style for him. I kind of wish he was a bit more defensive. I do like his damage, but I do wish he was a little bit more defensive. This Krillin, I have to put Krillin here. Very defensive banner unit. I do like him. The reason why I like this Krillin is because this is our first good Krillin. Like good, like meta, like he belongs to the meta Krillin. Like this is the first time. And so where do I put Tien? So I'm thinking about the Krillin and I'm like, where do I put Tien? I gotta be real. I don't like that Tien. He's just kind of for me. Like he's decent, but like it's just his animations aren't all that. Like his animations are just okay. His animations are decent. His kit is okay. He does I don't know. It's just not for me. I'm gonna turn that down. I'm turning it down a little bit. Well, actually it seems like it's pretty good with you guys. Yeah, I think that music is okay. Anyway, back to the units. Bulma. So I have 0 hype for Bulma. I don't have Bulma. I've never tried to use Bulma. I'm not gonna pretend like I know how Bulma works, because how Bulma works is just not really matter to me. It's Bulma. I don't have any like desire to use a unit of a character personally just have no connection to. Like this game for me is all about the connection to the characters to me. It's not about oh, this is the best unit in the game and all I want to do is win. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to just win. I'm here to have fun. And I have fun whether I win or lose. Like it just doesn't matter to me. And so having the best unit in the game isn't very important to me if that unit is Bulma of all characters. Tech pervert, I don't really wanna like he's okay, he's good defensively, that's all that good stuff, but he's just not for me. Because it's Roshi. I'm not a Roshi fan. Now this one hurts. Hype wise, he would be up at B. In fact, that's where I'm gonna put him. I'm putting him at B. I'm putting Wheelo at B because Wheelo was a unit. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I gotta put him at C. Wheelo was a unit that I had been asking for and wanting and looking for because I want more of the older Dragon Ball Z movie villains. I'm waiting for Slug. We're waiting for Garlic Jr. We're waiting for a new Z Broly, I think, even though I personally wouldn't summon for him, but I'm sure that will it would be good for the community for him to show up. But Wheelo was always so cool to me, and that movie was always so cool to me, and the hand-to-hand combat that Goku was doing in that movie was always so cool to me. And I always thought that if we got a Wheelo, that we would get a Dokkan Fest. It would be a Dokkan Fest, Kaioken Goku doing with all the hand-to-hand combat, and then you give him an active skill with Krillin and Master Roshi, and then we get like a yellow coin LR Dr. Wheelo, and then they introduced carnivals, and I was like, ooh, so we could get a carnival LR Dr. Wheelo. And then they gave us Dr. Wheelo, and he was a Prime Battle LR. I was so disappointed because Prime Battle LRs are mid at best, usually. I don't have them. I'm gonna move on. I don't really have them. I don't have them. I do know how they work. They're decent defensively, but it was a skip, and I don't have them. Turles is okay. He's cool. He's the original Goku Black. Yeah, we get it. We got it. We're good. I skipped. Easy skip. I just didn't care about it. The free to play one is a useful quote unquote. I'm using these quotes. I'm using this phrase generously. Stand in is what I'm using here. He's a decent stand in. I want to express the quotation marks around that. If you don't have Turles, so we got this Vegeta. I was actually very hype and excited to see that this Vegeta was getting because we don't have a good Saiyan Saga armored Vegeta. Sure, we have the LR, but it's not exactly good. This one I would argue is better, honestly, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't have this Goku. I have not used him, but he's going in C because this Goku was hyped for me in the Turles movie. Hated Turles. He wasn't all that great, but this Goku was cool as hell. And now that brings us to the number one unit in the game for me, the number one pick, the number one absolute monster of a unit. This is the number one unit of the year for me. The Super Saiyan 4 Goku, this full power Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 4 is my absolute favorite transformation. Hands down. No doubt about it. Seeing him get a Dokkan Fest LR and it being amazing animations. He's amazing unit, hitting 20 mils. My Super Saiyan 4 hits 20 mil. He's at 79%. He's hitting 20 mil. That is it's perfect. And not taking any damage. Like he's the perfect balance. He is my perfect unit. If you want to know my play style, if you want to understand my play style, it is factually Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Hands down. That LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. He's awesome. Absolutely love that. I was kind of excited to see that we got a baby. A baby TUR side banner unit. That was cool. I like that. I like that we received him. I haven't used him much. I have used him though. He's cool. He's cool. I like him. I love his animations, everything about him. His kit could use some work, but yeah. The controversial pick of Omega Shenron. Let's put you down here at C. Me personally, yes, I grew up in the era where this was the big boss. This was the final boss in every game. This was the one that we all feared in any game because he would beat our asses in every single game. He was the boss before Super happened. Now it's Broly or it's Frieza again now, or whatever. Morrow, you know, we know the situation. It's Frieza now. But regardless, this was the boss, and I gotta be honest with you. I'm not huge on him. I'm not as huge on him as everybody else. Like, he could have been a TUR. It could have been whatever. It wouldn't have excited me. I was here for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Knowing that he was the Carnival, I would have preferred if we got like a dual Dokkan Fest, but it was Tanabata, so they only do one. But it's all right. I love this. I love this Trunks. I love the Trunks. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. I do love him. He's awful defensively though, and I hate that. I hate that because he's not my playstyle, so I don't use him as much as I would love to. But man, I wish he just had some more defense. If he had some more defense, he'd be great. I don't have this Gohan, but I do know that he sucks ass, which is disappointing because this is a really cool Gohan in this outfit. Same with this Piccolo. I have not used this Piccolo, but I know he sucks ass. And this really does hurt because we don't have this Piccolo with good animations in the game. The Piccolo that fought Android 17. Yeah, we need him in the game. I'm glad that this one, the animations don't look great, because that means we can still get a Piccolo with good animations. This is Piccolo Jr., AGL Piccolo Jr. I've used him next to the Piccolo Jr. He could use some defensive work. I'm gonna put him like up here in front of the Goku to piss people off. He could use some defensive work, but he links well with this with the Piccolo Jr. I actually can't. I'm actually excited to. Well, I don't have him. But I used him in the private server when he first came out. This 18, I'm very excited. I need to pull her. I don't have her, but I have tested her out. I need this unit on my account. She is so much fun. She's not as defensive as I would like her to be, but I would fix that with dodge, because her kit, dodging won't hurt her kit. So I would just put dodge in her. But she's really fun. I really like her. Mamba. Oof. I don't have her, and I really don't care about her. Anyway, moving on. This Trunks was cool. The domain, I feel like, could have been better. His animations could have been better. It's a free-to-play unit. It's not that big of a deal. I am not going to sit here and pretend like the animations of this character are bad. They're not bad. They're not great. I understand that. I'm not going to pretend like they're bad. They're not bad. They are decent enough. This is a free game. This is a mobile game. I understand that when you put them next to this unit and this unit and this unit and even this unit, their animations are a little lackluster, but this unit is fun to use. He's amazing to use, and I will never not stop loving. I will never like I love this unit. I love this unit. I run them so much. I run this unit almost daily. It's like my main. These two, these three, hell, actually, these four are my team. One, two, three, four, five, six. These six are like one of my main teams. This is a rotation here. This is a rotation here. And then these two is floaters. I don't like, it's fun. It's absolutely fun. If I have to, I'll switch out one of these for him. I'll switch this one out for him. And then just have him as the defensive. He's the slot one. He's my slot one. And then everybody is floaters. Sometimes I'll run them slot one. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I can run this rotation here. I love this little section right here. This little section right here is just amazing to me. Oh, I just love that. It's so much fun. We got Zamasu. Zamasu is one of my favorite villains. Goku Black and Zamasu, both one of my favorite villains of all time. So seeing him, you can even see, I mean, you see that my mouse is literally Goku Black right now. So yeah. I have but I don't care. I guess I can put her up here. Her kit is just kind of mid. While I did say I do like Zamasu, this banner unit was just It was okay. This Trunks is awful. This Trunks is not good. The other Trunks, the Easy Aid one, where is he? Where is he? Right here. This one right here. This Trunks right here. He is much better. Way better. Way better. So much better. So now we're at Future Gohan. So Future Gohan I have used on the private server. Actually, no, he's got to go up here. I love Future Gohan as a unit, as a character, as everything. Everything that about him is amazing. Yeah, Future Gohan goes right about there. Unfortunately, I do have to put Trunks down here. I don't have him. I didn't really care to pull him. And from what I've seen, is not really anything impressive. Maybe I'll hop into the private server and give him a test out or here, whatever. But yeah, so far I'm not really impressed with what he does. He's very much damage. That's not my thing. Balance is my thing. This 17 I'm not a fan of. This 18 I am a fan of. She's pretty cool. Her animations are amazing. I do like that she's a free-to-play slot 1 unit. That is very good for very free-to-play players who are like just starting out to be able to farm this Android 18 and have a slot 1 unit for some of the kind of hard bosses like the earlier Super Battle Roads and maybe even the Goku or Vegeta event. You can clear some of those. I'm not huge on this 17. I can put him like down there. I am going to zoom out just one so that I can get you guys to see more of this. This 18, she's about the same as these two, since they like, I like that she's like very much a dodge character. She has guard and all of that. She's pretty fun. I have not used this Krillin yet. He's currently being link leveled. So I can't really speak on him. I haven't tested him out. I actually forgot that he existed. Um, so I didn't attempt to summon. We're just going to go ahead and put them right there. So I didn't attempt to, we're just going to go ahead and put them right there. We're just going to go ahead and put them right there. So I didn't attempt to summon for Android 8, 17 and 18. But I do know that they are at least decent. I have tried or attempted to use them. They're decent enough. Their Goku restriction, I was very hyped for them. Very excited. Very excited. I love Android 17 and 18. That Goku restriction ruins it. You can't make a unit with very distinct links, but you have to run a character that has barely any of those links with them. Goku doesn't really share those type of links, so having to run Goku with them is a bit of a hassle. It's kind of a hassle. It's very annoying to have to do. Ribrianne, we're not gonna worry about them. We're not gonna worry about them. Okay, so we have started to enter the territory of units that are technically not yet on global. I do need to reiterate, because I did mention it briefly. I do use the private server. Testing units out on the private server is just as valid as doing it on the real game. The only thing that is different between private server and the real game are: one, you have unlimited attempts, but just because you have unlimited attempts does not mean you can't get cooked. You don't get to choose your rotations. And two, you guys who use the real game, I put real game in quotations because it's the game. It's the real game. It's just modded. It's like if you are playing Spider-Man, but you put Black Panther in the game instead of Spider-Man. You're still playing the game that you paid for, Spider-Man. You're just playing with a mod. It's just a mod. Calm down. You can't change the hidden potential system in these units. So when you can't do that with these units, you have a disadvantage. Units that need full dodge don't have dodge. Every unit in the entropy, every unit has additional and crit. Every single one. They're all set to additional and crit. You can't do anything with that. UI Goku, AGL LR UI Goku has additional and crit. What? Yeah, you can't do anything with that. He's a dodge unit. He built up by dodging. He builds up by dodging, and he has no extra dodge. Yeah. So I'm going to be grading the rest of these as if I've used them, because I have. So we'll start with the Nappa and Vegeta. This might be one of the most hype for a villain banner unit I've ever been. This is one of and they're so defensive, and they are a slot 3 unit. I love slot 1 units that do damage. I love a slot 3 units that can be defensive too. Because those AoEs, it doesn't matter. They're in slot 3 and they can take it. That being said, I was so excited for this Gohan and Piccolo, only for them to just be kind of when it comes to being impressive. The Gohan when you do the revive is pretty good, yeah. And I'm sure he works well on this team. I wasn't running him on this team. I was running him on another team. But it's not worth it. I haven't used the new Toa enough to really have an opinion on her. I could put her up here just because of hypeness, because I do like Toa a lot, but I have not used her enough to really know. Um, I have a new series coming up that might get me to be able to use her. So we'll see. Golden Metal Cooler is cool. I'll put him up here. He's fun to use. I do enjoy using him. I definitely enjoy using this Janemba. It's very cool. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but this Vegeta was hype for me. I didn't care. I don't care if he sucks. I know he sucks. I don't like using him. I don't like using him, but I use him because I like using him, because it's Vegeta. And it's this Vegeta, this Berserk Vegeta that I've always wanted to have in the game. He's so cool, and I absolutely love his animations are great too. I have not used this unit enough. I initially wanted to skip this unit. In fact, he hasn't even been he's been awakened. He hasn't really been link leveled. I really just haven't really been doing anything with this Broly because I'm not a Broly fan. So he's just been kind of sitting there. I have yet to use him. I don't even know what he does, actually, if I'm being honest. Top tier, absolute top tier, hands down. One of the greatest villain units that they could have chosen to release. Top tier, number 1 TUR in the game. Absolutely love him. Love him on this team. He is also one of my main units that I use on a daily basis. He's my main team. He leads my main team. I do grade 8 power as my main team, and then this unit as like the secondary main team for like, or I'll have him as the lead for like pure saves. That's my main thing. I love that Vegito, hands down. Hype, absolute hype. Android 21, absolutely. Android 21, absolutely. I'm just my favorite female character in the franchise, hands down. I love 18. She is definitely a solid number 2, number 1 canon female character, but Android 21 is absolutely hands down the best female character. This 18 was cool. Her kit, she needs a little work. She's easy A, I think. I don't know if she's easy A or not. Is she easy A? I have to check. I'm gonna check in a minute. This Trunks and Broly, I've used them a few times. They're pretty cool. But it's held back by the fact that it's a Broly. I love Trunks, but I'm just not excited to use Broly in any shape, form, or fashion, unfortunately. This is probably one of the best units that they could have released. I have hands down asked multiple times. I've always said, I want the cooler movie Super Saiyans as a unit. I want a Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks together as a unit. Not only did they give it to me, they made them broken, and they just knocked the animations out of the park. They are busted, and I love that about them. I use this unit, this Bojack on a, I don't know if I uploaded that video or not. I can't remember, but it was that Entropy. I was recording an Entropy video, testing out some like Bojack, a Bojack team. It was like a full team of Bojack characters. I don't remember if I uploaded that or not. Oh man, I am tired. I have not slept yet, so bear with me. We are almost done. As you can see, we're at the final stretch of the year. We're in December, where I can put you there, because I am not summoning for a Harudagarn. You cannot trick me into summoning for a Harudagarn. I don't care how broken he is. I don't care how much damage he does. I don't care if he's a amazing dodger. He's a dodge or die character, and he's a villain that I don't care about from a movie I love. Like, the movie is great. I love the movie, but man, do I hate the villain. God, he's just a giant bug. Sure, he's good for what he does, but man, I'm just not excited. I'm just not excited for him. I'm not excited for him. But him. Now, let me be very clear. I feel about the same way for Super Saiyan 3 as a form that I do about God Goku. Or not God Goku, but Super Saiyan God. I'm not really a fan of the form. But the form does have cool moments, whereas God doesn't. I think the only cool moment that happened was like the transformation with Vegeta. Other than that, I can't really say that God for Goku or Vegeta has really done anything cool, in my opinion. But Super Saiyan 3 has had, I have to be honest, this is the only movie or media I like Super Saiyan 3 in. The one time he won, it wins. Shocking. This unit, I wish they were better. They're decent enough. And now we're at the anniversary. We are at the anniversary. Obviously, Gogeta is going up here. He is 100% absolutely hype for Gogeta. I'm not summoning for Broly. And I'm not summoning for a Golden Frieza either. I'm not summoning for units. I don't care how much damage he does. I don't care what he can do with his domain. I don't care that he's defensive. I don't care that it's Broly. Character choice matters highly with me, very much. Now, these two here, first of all, obviously they're gonna go all the way up here. I'm hype. I don't care if I haven't used them. I don't care how bad they're gonna be. I don't care how good they're gonna be. They're going to be S no matter what. It's Beast Gohan with what looks to be a unit super attack, and it's Core Breaker Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Superhero is my favorite movie. My favorite Dragon Ball movie is Dragon Ball Superhero. Dragon Ball Superhero. Beast Gohan is amazing. Now, I was on the side of the internet, on the side of the Dokkan community that was against Beast Gohan. Not for the same reasons, though. I thought it could be Beast Gohan and UI Goku. But then you have those people who they think they're right. They know so because they think they're right, they think that nothing else could be possible. Even if you are right, the possibility is still, because you don't know. You don't actually know. You can't say that you know just because you're still guessing. You guys still were just guessing Beast Gohan. Like, you didn't know it was going to be Beast Gohan. So don't pretend like you did. Anyway, that's the video. This is my tier list. These are units based on hype, how excited I was to see them. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I'm going to blindly post this on Twitter, right? And I'm going to say, what will this tier list actually mean? Find out in tomorrow's video. Oh, I'm evil like that. It's gonna stir up some shit. Y'all will see.